Okay, so we're here today in Tsunami headquarters with Coach Brian, PGA professional, and my fellow strength and conditioning professional, Robbie Thames. And Robbie and I have got probably 30 or 40 years collectively together, and we've gone through a bunch of different exercises. We talked earlier about vertical power and how important the deadlift was. We're going to go to our second exercise of golf specificity. I think you're going to absolutely love the duality of the bar in this one. And this is called a push press. Some people call it a split jerk, okay? So guys, what I'm going to have you do is take your Tsunami golf bar and put it in a rack position right above, just above your chest. Now, you'll notice a couple different things. Both of these guys are a little different anatomically.
Yeah, Robbie, is that too much for you over there? I don't want you to feel taxed.
So, with different anatomical differences, you're going to see a little bit different biomechanics. And that's the cool thing from my job of working with different athletes. I've never trained the exact same physiological body ever. Everybody's completely different. Just like your fingerprints, just like the teardrops that come out of your eyes. Everybody's just a little bit different. Okay, so notice both of them were kind of taking that thumb and wrapped it around. We call that a false grip. The reason why we kind of like that with the Tsunami bar, number one, is it's a thicker circumference, so it's a little bit more comfortable. But look at the position from the side. George has extremely arthritic and hands full of inflammation, so this is actually better for him because the bar sits over the ulna and the radius. It gives him a better point of magnitude to be able to push with. And Robbie is kind of the same way. He has a little limitation in his glenohumeral joint, his shoulder joint, so it's more comfortable for him to hold this. All right, so we talked about vertical power in the deadlift. This is the second part of vertical power, but you're actually taking the initiation from our 3 joints of vertical power and we're giving it a good shoulder press, but we're adding the speed and the vertical power gained by those 3 joints that we talked about in the earlier exercise. So guys, if you will, on 3, just give me a little vertical jump and get some pushing going. Let's knock out about 10, good. So now you see the bar really shaking. You see that tsunami wave of contractibility. Now you get a lot of vertical power from this, but you're also getting some extension through the arms and through the core. And you see that bar really kicking at the top. Now, the cool thing about the Tsunami golf bar is these guys have to handle that stabilization at the top. So they have mobilization through the body and stabilization at the top. All right, guys, take a break for a second and just hold it right in the rack position.
I hope he's all right with that.
I think Robbie's got a few more reps. He's all right. Again, the great thing is this bar will make you become more consistent with your plane because it is unstable. And you have to use your body as a stabilization factor to handle the instabilization of the bar at the top. So again, a couple more reps. Demonstrate for me, please. Notice the leg drive. Now, I think that y'all have heard that before in your golf swing, leg drive. What can you get from the hips and the knees and the ankles? Leg drive. Now, you're combining that with great stabilization at the top. So guys, on this next one, hit it on the top and hold it at the top. One more, and then stabilize. So as the bar's kicking, unbelievable stabilization through the levators, through the scapula, through the glenohumeral joint. Well, stabilization in the shoulders is imperative for us to be able to form the triangle in the golf swing. So I'm going to let both these guys kind of take a break for a second, and I want them just to face the camera and get into golf posture. Now, as a biomechanist and a Titus Performance guy assessing physical inhibitions, I can tell you that muscle groups can either enhance your golf swing or inhibit your golf swing. And the way we use the Golf Tsunami bar today, we've just enhanced them because we've stabilized the shoulders, we've gotten some emphasis from our vertical power, and we felt the pliability and lag, so we've gotten softer with our arms and softer. Well, look at the triangle. The triangle is your address position. And if you notice the musculature that we use in the triangle, the pressure points are how your shoulders are able to hold as a triangle to set the club in that V pattern, and then also some musculature in the chest. Now, George has a little bit less mass in his chest than Robbie does.
You got to be careful over there.
So
that's
what happens is these guys go in the backswing, he's less restricted. He can turn a little easier. But you still have to have stabilization in the shoulders, and even if you have some hypertrophied mass in the chest, being able to keep the triangle together can be enhanced by the push press exercise you just did with the Tsunami Golf Bar, not to mention the increased stabilization in the shoulders and the vertical power.